Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this episode we're going to be working on this Mercedes W211. If you've got the estate version, which is S211, is going to be the exact same process. In this case we've got a car with battery drain, parasitic drain that some people call it. One morning after the weekend I woke up and I couldn't lock the car. I realized the battery had gone down to under 7 volts. It was 6 point something volts. So I thought, right, there's a serious battery drain here. It's a brand new battery, by the way. It's extended capacity 95 amp hour battery for this model. It came from the factory with the larger battery, so very unusual. I mean, if you've got a normal under 50 milliamp power current draw, that's totally normal. You should be able to leave your car for weeks without any issues. Sadly, in my case, this thing is drawing a lot more. So what I'm planning to do is to take the front wheel off and show you the location of the alarm. And this is a very common issue in these cars when they get over 10-15 years old. The NIMH battery, which is in the Siren, so the Siren has a backup battery inside, so if somebody decides to steal your car, disconnects the power to it, the alarm will go off and it will have its own power supply to be able to sound the alarm. And what happens over time, these batteries leak, they corrode, they short the circuit, and they cause all sorts of problems. So I'm hoping that this is the case in this situation. I've scanned for faults. I'm hoping I have narrowed it down to the correct issue. And I believe it's going to be the alarm horn. Again, we will replace that as a preventative measure. It's good to do it because this is a 18-year-old car. Even though it's super low mileage, it has only 52,000 miles. It's absolutely brilliant, very easy on fuel. On the motorway I got up to 60 miles to the gallon. So as I like to say, let's not waste any time and let's get started. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to open the boot and locate the rear SAM module. So let's open the boot and I'll show you exactly where it is. In your case, your boot may look a little bit different. I have some extra space here. So this is the panel that you want to remove. So just pull it out gently. And we're going to pull this cover off as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the multimeter in continuity function on these two pins here. I'm going to check to see if this is burnt. If it does beep, then it means there's continuity, so this is good. I will go and check all these fuses off camera just to be sure that everything is okay. So I'm not going to bore you to death. What you want to do is you want to turn your multimeter in continuity and then touch the two pins here. So we've got a good fuse here. Before we do anything on the alarm system, we're going to disconnect the battery. So let's lift this up. You can hook it up. Always when you're disconnecting the battery, remove the negative terminal. Just a quick update for everyone. I stripped the front left. Turns out the alarm is on the front right. There's very conflicting information on the internet, and first was on the right, then I noticed the UK car which had it on the left, but I assume it's probably an AMG or a higher spec car. So just to confirm for everyone, this is E220cdi 2007 and the alarm is on the front right, so it's the driver's side. So this is what we have here. We've got the cover for the alarm siren, and you've got 3 8mm nuts. You can see one here, one here, and one there. So when we take these out, then we'll be able to take the frame with the alarm siren out completely, and then we're going to unplug it and then install the new one. So let's do that. Let's get a Torx security bit. Hopefully I have one of these. This is obviously done in order to stop people from taking this off, unauthorized people. And yeah, we're gonna take the alarm off, we're gonna unplug it, and then we're gonna install the new one in place. The Torx bit is T35 and it's one of these security bits. So this is a 3-pin plug. The pins look nice and clean, but unfortunately this alarm is too old and it will need to be replaced. So this is the old Siren. I'm going to compare it to the new one now. Let me just bring a new box. This is the part number for the new one. So this is genuine Mercedes. It's actually made by Bosch, so you can probably look up the Bosch part number and see if you can find it cheaper that way. I will include that. Now, this is a completely different color. The plug is exactly the same, but the attachment is different, so you're gonna have to get a nut. I've got a nut here, and this is a 13mm socket or spanner. The plug is identical. I'm gonna show you the part number as well. This F005V00818, this is the Bosch part number, and the one on the top with A219, this is the Mercedes number. So I'm gonna go in and install this in place with the nut, and we'll start putting things back together. I'm just gonna do a quick test. I'm gonna try and lock the car and see if it makes any noise. Okay, so when you open it, the alarm beeps once. When you close it, the indicator flashes 3 times and you can hear the beep 3 times. So hopefully, I'm gonna do a scan now and see if I can clear the fault code. So just a quick update. After I removed the old alarm siren, I cut it open with a grinder and I was able to confirm that there was actually a battery leak which shorted the circuit. I was able to clear the faults after that, so there's no more faults for the alarm siren. So this was a successful fix, but I do have to address one more issue, and this is the overhead control panel and the interior alarm motion sensor, which sits open all the time. When you unlock the car, it should close, and then when you lock the car it should drop down. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna replace it with another second-hand unit, and hopefully this will sort that problem as well and we'll have a fix. So just a final update for everyone. I can confirm after about 3.5 months of driving, including winter driving, and the car has been stationary for nearly up to 2 weeks. I drove my van to work for a couple of weeks just to see if that will drain the battery, and I can confirm I can start the car no problem even in cold weather, so this is 100% fix. Hopefully you find this video helpful. If you do like it, hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I'll see you guys in the next one.